Alright, so move on to the next segment. I will be sharing my opinion on which team performed the best during divisional round weekend. And this is going to be my honorable mention. The Philadelphia Eagles were definitely right there based on what I saw Saturday night, winning that game in dominating fashion against the New York Giants 38-7, which I will get to later on in the episode. But they were just a team that to me performed the best, performed at a high and dominant level. And that was the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe the Cincinnati Bengals were the best looking team during divisional round weekend. They went on the road and played a really, really, really good Buffalo Bills team. Put it on them, blew them out, dominated them. Won the game 27-10 on the road in Buffalo. A hostile place, a hard place to win. The Cincinnati Bengals made it look easy by dismantling, handicapping the Buffalo Bills of what they like to do best. They went on the road and made them look ordinary. Now, the game to me never really felt close. At one particular point of this game, it was a 7-point game. But to me, the game never felt close. Once the once the Cincinnati Bengals jumped up to a 14-0 lead, the game to me it just never felt close. You had Joe Burrow at that timeline when they went up 7-0, 14-0. And that time frame, Joe Burrow completed his first 9 passes and had 2 passing touchdowns in the first quarter. To me, after I saw that, I thought it's going to take a lot for the Bills to get back in this game. I didn't really think they could get back in that game. The way how they were coming out and firing like that, it was going to take a special performance from Josh Allen to help them come back. And it just didn't happen. And the Bengals offense did not miss a beat from start to finish of that game. The passing game was there. Joe Burrow was great in that game. Played clean football. Running game was there. Despite having 3 starting offensive linemen out, offense did not miss a beat. Passing game was effective. Running game was effective. They could do anything they wanted to the Buffalo Bills defense, and they just didn't have an answer for it from start to finish. And then when you look at the other side of the ball, I'm talking about how good the offense played. Let's tip our hats off to the Cincinnati Bengals defense. They made Josh Allen and the Bills offense look ordinary. Like an average team. Like a team that didn't belong. Like a team that wasn't in the mix for years and years and years. A team that wasn't Kansas City Chiefs' biggest threat, the Buffalo Bills. They made that team look ordinary. They held Stephon Diggs to 35 receiving yards. That defense also held Gabe Davis to 34 receiving yards. The team only had 63 rushing yards the entire day, no matter who was running the ball. Josh Allen, all combined running backs, whole team only had 63 rushing yards in a snow environment game. Josh Allen could not get going all game long. The Cincinnati Bengals defense just looked flawless out there. They played with a lot of confidence. That's scary for the remaining teams left. We will see how far they can get, but Kansas City, that's bad news for them. How much confidence that Cincinnati Bengals defense has. The Bengals had the biggest statement win on the road in the playoffs that I've seen in years. You're talking about a matchup that was supposed to be evenly matched. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see when these two teams were supposed to play weeks ago in that Monday night game, and the Damar Hamlin situation happened. I was expecting a shootout. I was expecting that to be the best Monday night game all year long. And we don't know what could have happened that night in Cincinnati. And I was thinking this was going to be the best game this weekend. I was wrong. I was wrong because they were matched up evenly. When you talk about quarterback, I think Josh Allen, Joe Burrow were on the same level heading into that game. But now I think it's Joe Burrow on top of Josh Allen, who's sinking down at my top tier quarterback list. Receivers, they were matched up pretty good. Defense played the same. I would give the Buffalo Bills an edge defensively if Von Miller and a lot of missing pieces that they have were playing. But I thought this was a even matchup. But you know what wasn't even? The deciding factors of this game was Joe Burrow playing clean football, Josh Allen continuing to have countless and messy turnovers when it matters most, just like Dak Prescott. Head coaching, Zach Taylor, you had an offensive-minded guy versus a defensive-minded guy, and Sean McDermott. And the offensive-minded guy got the best of the defensive guy. This just shows to the league that is no longer you can win with an offensive coach. Oh, you can win with a defensive coach. The gap is closed. It's an offensive league. Your team will succeed more when you have a good offensive-minded guy and a good quarterback. That's just how the NFL is now. Buffalo Bills have that, a good quarterback, one of the best in the business, but they have a defensive guy, Sean McDermott, who just got picked on and outcoached by Zach Taylor, a offensive guy. Just, if you don't believe me, just look at the remaining coaches left in the playoffs. Nick Sirianni, Eagles head coach, offensive guy. San Francisco 49ers head coach, Kyle Shanahan, offensive guy. Kansas City Chiefs head coach, Andy Reid, offensive guy. Zach Taylor, head coach of Cincinnati Bengals, offensive guy. It's an offensive league now. I think that was another deciding factor was that Zach Taylor just outcoached Sean McDermott. But bottom line is that was the best team that had the best performance all weekend long in the divisional round. The Cincinnati Bengals just making the Buffalo Bills look ordinary on the road in Buffalo.